that which you write that between Yishtabach and Yotzer, which is a part of the Tefillah, this person would look into a Sefer Chassidus. What do you think? Good idea? Not a good idea?
Say again?
Why not?
I'm asking you guys. What do you think?
Question?
He
starts davening, and then he gets the Yishtabach, and before he starts the bracha Yotzer Ohr, which is the Birkas Krishma, he starts looking into a siddur. Now, obviously, you can't speak during that part of davening. Looking into a Sefer Chassidus.
No, I don't think it's okay.
So you say no. 2 Jews, 2 opinions, right? You say no.
2 Jews, 3 opinions.
3 opinions, and you say yes. Huh? In other words, you
I'll
can't.
say it depends. Third opinion.
3rd opinion. You can't use your mouth to speak words of Chassidus. So here's what the Rebbe says. Let's see who's right. You look into a siddur during a Sefer Chassidus between Yishtabach and Yotzer Ohr. Says the Rebbe, I do not see a problem at all.
Really?
Since it's a preparation for the parts of davening, which come afterwards, since certainly you only look into it with your mind and you're not saying it with your mouth. So as long as you're not using your mouth to say words of Torah, there's certain parts of davening where you're not allowed to speak. Once we say Baruch Shamar, until we finish the Shemoneh Esrei, we're not allowed to speak.
I was doing Rambam every time we ate.
No, but you can't speak.
You could look.
I don't do Rambam.
You could look inside. Baruch Hashem, now we have a very very big minyan. Nobody's gonna have to wait. Nobody's gonna have to wait past 10:15 in this minyan. Okay, no one's gonna have to wait. This is how I do Rambam. If you figure out how to, do the things which the Rebbe advised, like start on time, Baruch Hashem.
You're saying other pesukim from Tehillim.
You can't.
Why?
You don't speak during that time.
I think you're saying other pesukim.
Doesn't matter. You can't change what's called the matbeya shel chachamim, the coin of the sages. You can't add to the order of what they established. Baruch Hashem, able to start on time and do things. Now we have a big minyan, Baruch Hashem, so you're not going to have to wait at all. Okay, next. Ready? You ask, next question, if when you think Chassidus during davening, it has to be specifically the exact words of the Rebbe. Should you the exact mimer of the Rebbe, whatever it may be, or could you do your own? What do you guys think? In other words, do I have to think the exact words of the Tanya, of the mimer, of the Chassidic discourse?
Yes.
Or could I just think Chassidic ideas?
No, don't come up with your own Chiddushim.
You could come up with your own Chiddushim.
No, not during davening.
Every time, 2 Jews, 3 opinions. I don't get it.
Not during davening.
The question is, does it have to be
some crazy things?
I want to know what Michael says.
That's in general.
Michael, when you think about Chassidus, does it have to be the words of the Rebbe from the mimer? Or could it be your own, or could it be just general concepts?
I'm saying, how do you separate thinking your own words with learning? Learning is by definition, you have to make it your own thing to understand.
So let's see what he says. Ready? Guys, the answer. It does not have to be specific.
Thank you.
Listen to this. Listen to this. On the contrary, that means Adrabah. Often, when one thinks about something being specific in the words, one puts himself more into it. Without being specific in the words. If you think about an idea without the exact words, you receive more energy. Since your contemplation comes from learning and scrutinizing the words of the Rebbe, you certainly do not deviate from the point. So you could take Hasidic ideas and you don't have to think the exact words, but think about the concepts, how you analyze it, and that would be okay. Next, number 7. Okay, this book.
Okay, but that's to make specific that once you started the brachas, or let's say you're waiting before Shemoneh Esrei for 6 to be with the minyan, you couldn't.
Right. Let's talk about Chassidus during davening.
But I'm saying, let's say you're waiting, you're before Shir Chadasha.
Yeah.
You're waiting for 6 to be with the minyan for Shemoneh Esrei. Could you also look in the Sefer at that point?
He said between Yishtabach and Yotzer Ohr, I don't see a difference. I would think also that's okay. I don't think he means only that. But, okay, next. The Frierdiker Rebbe would daven the entire davening looking inside the siddur. Although he certainly knew the words of davening by heart, the Rebbe says, I also do this since I saw the Frierdiker Rebbe do this. So the correct thing to do is, even if you know davening, let's say there's certain things you learn, like Ashrei and Baruch Shem, you know to do it. Shemoneh Esrei, you do it so many times, 3 times a day. You should still look inside the siddur when you say it. Next, during davening, the siddur should be open in front of you, even when you close your eyes, like when you say Shema Yisrael. Says this helps to save you from having strange thoughts. Keeping the siddur open helps you from having foreign thoughts. So keep your siddur open when you daven. Next, if a person has sometimes foreign, it happens. I mean, maybe, not you, but maybe you have a neighbor you know, and sometimes when they try to daven, they start thinking about other things which are not on the siddur.
That's the thing. It happens to me every day. My sidur's open every day.
Okay, so there's still what to work on.
Open it bigger.
There's still silly. Davening is an art, like anything in life. You want to be a sculptor, you want to be a painter, you want to be a good juggler, you want to anything you have to work on, you have to practice, you have to come up with techniques, sleep and on time and learning and contemplating. It's something which takes often many, many years to master, and you can't let up. You have to keep working because as we're learning in chapter Tes of Tanya, and really it speaks about this later in Tanya, specifically Chavov, chapter 26, when you want to do something good, when your soul, your godly soul, wants to start connecting the Yetzer Hara, the Nefesh Bahamas, which has the Yetzer Hara wedged within it, he doesn't like it. He wants to fight back. He wants to stop you. So actually, when a person gets foreign thoughts when he davens, it's nothing he should be sad about. It's actually a sign that he's doing the right thing and he's getting resistance from it. But here we're giving you again, that's just one piece of advice. It's not the only thing you have to do. Have it open to say. There's other stuff. There's as we said before, there's tehillim, there's mikvah, there's bedtime, there's tzedakah. There's so many things. There's so many things we can do to work on the davening. Okay. Next piece of advice. Regarding that, you write that sometimes you say a word twice. What do you think about that? A person starts saying davening, and he starts saying a word twice. He goes back, and maybe you didn't say it right, the correct way. Is that the correct thing to do or not the correct thing to do? Say a word twice.
Correct thing to do.
He says correct.
I thought we said we're not medayik.
Again, two Jews every time you guys argue with each other.
I thought we said we're not medayik on the kudos.
I'm saying this person says the same word twice when he davens. He says yes and he says no.
What's the problem?
He says, what's the problem?
Two gods. It talks about it. If you say moedim, you can't say moedim.
Oh, Michael, what do you say? Can you say the same word twice when you daven? Once you say it, that's it. You go further.
I mean, if you're careful,
I do say it twice, but I don't know whether I'm right or wrong.
Okay, so let's see what he says. Regarding that, you're right that sometimes you say a word twice. The advice given for this is to daven looking inside the siddur. Even without this problem, it is a proper thing to do, and that is advice for many things. So he really didn't answer whether you should do it or not, but he said daven the siddur, and that will stop you from saying
fourth opinion.
There's no problem with it. There's no what's the whole
yeah.
Maybe you shouldn't do it, but not that you can't. Not like it's like detrimental.
Try not to.
I know if you say moedim,
It's a better not. It's a better not.
It's a big deal.
Okay, but I'm saying.
Okay, here comes
it might just be a better not to.
Now here comes a big one. Oh, this is going to be a shocking one. Ready? Hold on to your tables and everything. This is going to be like
Are you buckled down, Schnurr?
Okay,
this is going to be something contrary to what you've seen other people do.
Oh, no way.
It's going to be like a big shocker. People don't know.
Never seen this before.
Never seen this before. Now we know what it means to daven be'arichas, so I thought that it says about an hour and a half. That's a regular davening. Arichas is longer than that. Arichas means the long way to daven. Some people, arichas probably mean like 2 hours, I would say.
At least 4 hours.
4 hours, okay. What about somebody who doesn't? Listen to this. Hold on to your table. I don't want you to fall off. Ready? The concept of davening with a minyan, right? People have recently greatly neglected it. And we must greatly strengthen it. Someone who does not daven at length has no leniency to exempt himself of davening with a minyan.
That makes sense.
In other words, some people think, oh, I come to shul, the minyan's 9:45, and you know what, whatever, I'll just, I'll start 10 minutes later, I'll just daven when I want. And it's not like he's late because he's davening so long, a couple hours. He just says, I don't want to pray, I don't want to do with the minyan, I want to say Shemon Esrei with the minyan, I want to do these halachas. So if a guy is really doing it slowly and we call riches, that's one thing.
Can you announce this after Shacharis and Shabbos and Beis Menachem?
You want me to start giving Hasidic
You
advice?
should
Yeah.
tell them this one specifically.
That's
Sorry,
all-
Rebbe, this wasn't so surprising.
This was surprising.
No,
I think a lot of people think that you just come to shul.
as I'm saying, Beis Menachem maybe be very surprising.
From what you see, some people think that, a minyan's going on, and I'll come to shul, and whenever I want, I'll say Kaddish, I'll do Baruch Hu, and I'll answer, and I'll just daven whenever I want. No. Al pi halacha, according to Jewish law, when the minyan says the Shemona Esrei, you need to say the Shemona Esrei. That's called Tefillah B'Tzibur.
Yeah, I thought you said whatever speed the chazan goes is none of your business.
I've said that before, but I also said to start with the minyan. Here we're talking about somebody who doesn't go slow. You don't go slow.
I go slow.
If you don't go slow, but even if you go slow, you have to start with the minyan.
I'm a slow guy.
Even if you go slow, you have to start with the minyan. We've spoken about this, I think, about 6-7 times.
Slowest deer out there.
You go slow. The chazan speed is not your business, correct? But you can't start whenever you want to
So
start.
that's only if you're davening slow. If you don't daven slow, then you have to be. Then you have no excuse. We said to not be
Yeah.
with Shemona Esrei.
If you don't daven slow, you have to figure out. You have to be an organized person. You have to figure out, strategize. Like, what time do I go to sleep? What time do I wake up? I want to do things. Fine. I want to learn Chassidus. I have korbanos, mikvah, whatever you want to do. Figure out Gemara. Figure out in a way that it's not going to take from your halachic requirement. We've had a shiur in this Rabbi Sitron that you're supposed to travel 18 minutes each way to daven to a minyan. That's 36
No, more.
minutes
I think
now.
it's more.
It's 18 to 24 minutes, he actually said. I'm being the lenient opinion. But it's between 18 and 20. And that's only if it's out of your way. If it's on the way, it's even more you have to travel. Which I guess we could argue that. Huh? 72 minutes.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, there was a long time.
4 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 minute is 18 minutes.
Right. That's if it's on your way.
Yeah.
So here, everybody's on the way to minyan.
Yeah, it's 18.
So everybody here is on the way to minyan. So you have to... Now again,
72 minutes. That's crazy.
if you have to do that, you just have to strategize ways how I could
It's on your way anyway, so you're not going, like, it doesn't matter.
how I can make it happen.
Don't worry about this stuff.
Fine. Next, okay, one more. Ready? And then we'll get to a little bit of Tanya. Ready?
Yeah.
Does anybody here want to bring enjoyment to the Rebbe? Who wants to bring enjoyment to the Rebbe?
I want him.
Here comes it. I'm going to end off like this, short and sweet. It's a one-liner. Yeah. It's from a nichtav, a letter, which is from Tafshin Yudal's Yudal printed Igros Kodesh, and it says a one-liner. I enjoyed what you wrote regarding your carefulness to daven with a minyan. That's it. You wrote that I'm very careful, and obviously there's 3 minyanim a day, the Shacharis, Mincha, Ma'ariv, and this person was particularly careful that he was always going to the minyan and was particular about this. And the Rebbe said, I enjoyed this. Gave me pleasure. This gave me, because you did it, and I was very happy from that.
Yeshiva Torah Ohr of North Miami Beach.